lot of open ground here on this T-side pistol, and already setting up for that util to sail out on this A bomb side. They have culminated their presence, and they're ready for this exec. But there's 3 men here on NIP.
Axel already a lost cause, and these smokes are going to be sailing so far forward. This aggressive setup from Nip is going to look good. Config taken down, but good for the one before he is traded away. Alexi setting up for the flank. Rez still ducked in behind Optimus. Good for the double Shiro. Good for at least bringing it back a little bit, but the bomb is so far away from himself and his own body. It'll be tough to recover. Brolin on the other side, waiting for it to be tapped. He does fake it out. Shiro can't find a frag or the bomb plant.
Anticipating something fast from Cloud9, but not to be in this round. Very thought out, very slow. Ooh, Rez even creeping around the monster smoke gets found.
They've used 2 monster smokes at the same time as well. Nip is kind of in disarray right now. 5 on 4, and you've already given up an extra 17 seconds of security back towards B. You're not going to see Brolin rotating anytime soon, and with Hobbit fighting Alexi, that becomes even more difficult a situation to be stuck inside. Hobbit is going to continue pressuring on. Config's found out as well. Hobbit's doing it all. Head trick now located, and they don't even know what exactly is safe ground, what exactly is safe territory. Where do you go back if you want to take these rifles forward?
And we'll have confirmation at the very least that Hobbit is low HP, so maybe feeling like that was the more vacant territory, an easier kill for Brolin to collect. And they hear all these steps on A as well, so should just be allowed to save unless Hobbit's going to be cheeky. Just being such a nuisance, just tucking himself deep towards Disco. Call that is so rarely used. Brolin clears it. That secures at least these 2 weapons to be saved over in the next round. No one even close enough to hunt these weapons out of his hands.
Hobbit's going to take the peak pretty sure towards the end of the round. Brolin has adjusted for it though.
I don't know if he just saw like a small hairline. Someone might have just called it for him. Oh my god!
Wow! That is old man strength right
Fire as well, so NIP needs to answer back with a couple chained in succession. Brolin very aggressive through Fountain and forcing this issue against Buster. A lot of damage taken in response, but a kill that he will certainly take and immediately vacate back to the site.
Great setup from Nip over here on B. This is the only question for me is when are we going to see some aggression to come through over towards the B bomb site? Would really like to see short contested, maybe a little bit more, restrict Hobbit's bots of entry slightly beyond what is already there, because it feels like he's being given a lot of freedom so far.
At some point or another, we should see an adaptation from NIP to take short control, but a burst into B is what was planned. That smoke faded, and Axile was set up with a flash, but Config was undeterred. A couple of kills, and there is no counter. Nafany will also drop to the same hands. Hobbit, all that remains. A 1-on-5. Bomb dropped other side of Monster, and they know where he's been positioned. I don't his hand in a previous gun round. There's just no shot.
I don't think they're going to try and hunt this, though. It doesn't really affect the chances of Cloud9 buying in the next one. And Hobbit, honestly, all this does for Nip is they lose their own money, which is incredible.
Follow. Hobbit once again gets control over towards short, and that nade opening the connector door, Brolin was exposed, so Hobbit collects on a kill. They still want to get re-aggressive on short.
I think it's happening. He's so ready for it. Rez is gone. He doesn't realize there's a second player who's done the same. Config inching through. But Hobbit's playing containment. Hobbit's not going to be revealing his position at all. And despite being on only 1 HP, I love this angle that he's taken. He's pivoted back towards the outside of Monster position, and he's just waiting for any pushes to come through. He's effectively removed himself from this round, but doing so, he's also removing all of the B-side aggression that could come forward.
Yeah, with connector control as well, it just adds security in knowing that the bomb is firmly still in T-side control. There's no potential push from NIP that could slip on by.
I say that, but Config has heard Hobbit retreating. And he's going to take that time to start moving into connector as well. Config could be a real problem for Cloud9. He's giving so much information away. Alexi and Headtrick ready to put up a defense and put up a delaying force. Config is the one that they are going to be delaying for. Hobbit, though, not spotted out. What is this angle? He's playing behind the benches. Finds Config, but it's still 2-on-3. Shiro low, does not want to contend. Alexi's position given up. There is no readjustment. There's no repositioning available. Headtrick, though, he's misread it. They have completely misread it. Config's demise and the slight delay from Cloud9 means Alexi is the only one who can prevent anything from happening, and he's coming in from behind, trying to push forward through long. But it's just not going to... Axel's kind of struggling out with the movement over there. Buster is forced to take his place. 3 men straight in from long. They come. Headtrick is going to be left, and he's down and out. Axel right back into the game. What a triple kill. Entries all the way. God damn.
Yeah, they even got that molly down. That was supposed to slow him, but he just kept on pushing forward.
It's like, I'm on fire.
Kill after kill.
I'm on fire. I am on fire.
Yeah, you really just thought it into existence.
And speaking of players who are having a slightly rough time before this round, someone who's still having a rough time is Headtrick. He's 1-7 now. And again, you need the Opper to be able to perform if Shiro is even slightly present on the server. And I know Shiro's not been the flashiest, but look at the kind of space. Oh no, the Molotov actually mistimed a little bit, but Alexi's the one who falls and even goes for the jump up. Axel's insane. They want to keep on going. They need to keep it going, but the pressure is going to be stopped. Config on the other side of things will find the frag on the Hobbit. Meanwhile, Headtrick creeping through. Frag on Buster. Good for one. They can't rotate back. It's Brolin and Config who are going to be able to keep it contained. Config's demise is traded away. Brolin will keep on fighting. 8 seconds on the clock. Shiro with the bomb plant will be able to bring it back into contention. But it's a Molotov from Headtrick. It'll reveal his position. Shiro knows where Headtrick's coming in from. Now the AWP is scoped in. Perfect timing window for Shiro to be able to back up before he's even touched by the Molotov. The flames will not even lick his feet, and now contemplating the full rotation back to heaven. Not really the best plant for it either, so Headtrick shouldn't be expecting it at the very least. He's going to be clearing out every little nook and cranny, but as he goes back, it's the wrong way. It's the wrong path, but Shiro's got the wrong angle again. Still, the timing is perfect, Shiro.
Hobbit. Both on 35 and 41 respectively. Flash is perfect though. Config overran at least a trade right back, but a follow-up flash that was set up to try and succeed with. No one else peeling through Monster to try and trace down that trade. That's because they've got Buster creeping up long, bomb alongside him, but at some distance. It's all about whether Buster can pry open this site, because right now there's only one defender and he's not looking the right way.
Headtrick's a dead man walking. Fortunately for him, at least he's got some cover, so he should be able to get at least one frag as long as he doesn't back up. But there's 15 seconds. The trigger needs to be pulled, and very, very soon. Smoke down. Headtrick's gonna know it's been penetrated, and as soon as he starts to look away, Nafni's found the timing. Nip. Once again, going back to their bank teller and asking them what the interest rate is gonna be, because they're gonna be saving.
Yeah, Headtrick as well on this AWP has just not been able to find any success. You know, we call back to that Shiro 1v2. He needed that kill. It felt like it was a way to slingshot back into this game. And now as well, when he's left to his own devices, just picked apart by the lurks of Cloud9. And the lurk of Hobbit once again cut away one of these weapons. It was a planned save all along. Brolan may have just secured their exit, but they've got cash in space. Aside from that, you know, we're not seeing the other riflers have the same performance.
Look, the thing is, though, in a map like Overpass, like when Headtrick goes down, it feels like the one player will always have the ability to turn it on and switch the entire game around if they can just get their mojo. Is always the Hopper. Unfortunately, his head's been taken off the body, and that kind of messes with your mojo.
Yeah, not exactly what he would have drawn up. At least there's one kill in response. It's not a trade, but they will take it. Shiro's still alive and kicking. Always one of the details I found most curious about Cloud9 is often the AWPer is the one that holds their bomb. Not something that's replicated amongst many other teams.
Hey, man.
Heroic or maybe another.
Shiro's a bomb-ass player.
Yeah. You the bomb, take this. It's your responsibility now.
Brolin. Great shot to find. Afni, that's where he punished off Hetrick in the previous round as well. Brolin's retreat is also enabled. The grenade doesn't find him, but the peak will. Axel shuts him down in the meanwhile. Alexi, who'd come over to give some backup, is now back down. 20 seconds again. Clock is an ally of NIP, but only if they can config. Will not be able to do that. God, there we go.
He knew the importance of that as well. You know, a 2 versus 3, and you're already starting the barrel down the barrel of 10 rounds on this T side. Config knew he had to try and make a play, and Rez wanted to be there with him, but he's just so far detached that as soon as Config dies, it's just he can't even justify going for this on such low HP.
And it just feels like C9 have been getting all the map control they want before getting onto the bomb site. And even then, if it's the A side, the way they're manipulating Nip, they're creeping into
We're on the short side of B, and when that got shut down, we've seen nothing since.
Brolin, good for the one. Flashbang's there to cover him up for a second peek out as well. Bomb's been dropped, maybe. It's time for the ninjas to start fighting back. Anthony on the other side of that bomb. Flashbang's going to be dodged out. Brolin thinking about taking the peek, but doesn't want to commit too hard to it. 35 seconds is all they've got left. Brolin now flashed forward, knows that the bomb has been recovered. Anthony hasn't actually moved away though, and this is where Brolin will continue to be the focal point, the linchpin, and he will find the bomb yet again. A triple kill from him and his aggression. Finally, Cloud9 will falter.
Yeah, and a round on Brolan's shoulders. What a call to make to get aggro through long. It's still late timing as well. Hobbit not spotting the elbow, but might have seen it had he had the...
Too late. Brolin, they're all right next to him. Brolin's gone.
Oh.
NaVi, jump up. Taking a leaf out of Axel's notebook.
How?
Prayers.
Just how?
This man's found the right religion for him. Clearly.
That is a tilting way to lose a duel. Brolan had that one dead to rights. NaVi, again, on the similar fight, jumping for the duel. That's ridiculous. I said he was the only confident man, but now that confidence has been shaken. Rest of NIP, can they perform on B?
Hobbit is the one to test that. He's gonna find that soon. The op on the other side. Hetrick finds one. Flash is still going to be flying through. They want to commit to this B bomb site. Smoke's there as well to try and progress forward. Hetrick's going to be blocked off by it. Rez in the meanwhile with some good spam will also keep them at bay. There is no one in A, but Nipper still rotating. Conflict's demise met now. Rez almost caught out, but while blind is good for another. We're just going to keep on fighting it out, delaying for so long. Hetrick as well, just firing out shots to the crack, but it gives Chiro his location away, and Buster with the frag means the bomb can be planted. Alexi, a 1-on-3, a bomb that'll do good damage and give him a real chance, but it's a first frag that really gives him a shot into things. No more Shiro. Will have to drop down eventually. C9 doubling up back and short. Alexi's got a kit, we know it. Knows he needs to accelerate regardless of that though. No smokes, no molotovs, no utility, no nothing. All he's got is a chance to try and get the frag. Spots out the shoulder of NaVi, but NaVi himself has also been able to get a quick sightline out over. Alexi has now forfeited the round. It's 11 for Cloud9. What a T-side from them. Overpass. NaVi fire at his backside, cannot retreat. Will be able to get the one and actually ducks away right in the nick of time. 3 HPs, all he's got. Config will circle around, and Brolin's done the same. Brolin's moving forward. Brolin's got a chance and a timing capitalized on. He doesn't know Axel is around the corner though, and Axel now face into by the double peak will be Brolin to overrun him regardless. Hobbit looking to try and fight back. There is an angle to work off of, but not one where the head was visible, and Buster as well now caught out. Hetrick keeps on just swaying them away, waiting for his teammates to come up for assistance. There is a kit available, and Hobbit is trying to stick it. Hetrick still around the... Ooh. Gotta be careful. Shiro's getting wall bangs all across connector consistently, be it CT or T side.
Config's been loud about his approach through the fountain, and they haven't cleared for Axile, so this is a free kill. Trigger discipline only attained for a moment's notice. Axile now vacating, and no one there to punish.
They've got literally no idea where Axile went off to. They're so worried that he could still be around there. This disables fountain control to such a large degree. They're going to have to use extra utility to even get playgrounds. That one flash they just used, that's important because they've only got 2 left.
Yeah, and the urgency there from Config is likely because the call was to try and take space over at A because of the fact they lost the sort of duels and the battles inside of Connector. So some early signs, some early indicators for Cloud9, but does it lean them the wrong direction? Currently floating between the bomb sites is NaVi, still supporting from heaven.
Want to take the peek forward. Hobbit to lead the charge. This is such good timing to push all the way through. Switches out as well. Goodbye, Rez. Side defenders have put their focus out towards Axel. Is actually pushing through. The bomb's been spotted and dropped. That's information galore. But Shiro distracted, not thinking that there's going to be a player coming in from behind. Config's found him and cut him off.
Good dink, but not enough. Config finding the kill right back. And now sussing out Axile, who had revealed himself earlier on inside of the bathroom. This is a, albeit, a round in which they certainly capitalize on timings and are almost exploited themselves, but a clean take over on A regardless. Hobbit now moving to save.
Shiro just was not expecting a player to be that far forward when the bomb's been spotted in towards toilets. Normally, if Axel's pushing in towards that, you know, the mid-round point, yeah, if you get a kill over there, the bomb is there, you're expecting, no one would have possibly pushed in on the bomb site, but...
The important rounds as well, and, you know, the fact that all 3 of these riflers are having influence now on this T side is, I mean, I say it's significant, it is a win condition.
The win condition, even the previous time they played, yeah.
Yeah. Well, one of those problem players has already been dealt with through the smoke, and they try to go right through it, oh dear. Not the right time for it. They were heavily clustered for that hit. Look at that radar. 3 players ready to fight for Monster. The AWP of Sheer was right behind them just as leverage, a small little bit of sanctuary that they could maybe fall back to. But a 2-on-5 at the very start of this round. After they did so well to grind away at that clock, they tried to change the pace right into rifling hands.
Great read from Shiro as well. Or, I mean, maybe it's NaVi, but just do rotate the op away, make it so the riflers can feel a lot more comfortable. And this is something that obviously is always a conversation whenever you're sort of coming in from behind. When you're trailblazing, the advantage you've got is, hey, it doesn't matter if you lose a round or 2, but do you go for a change of pace when things are already quote-unquote working out, right?
Yeah.
Alexi calls, hey, let's go try and go for a B-rush. Maybe we can catch them off guard, but also at the same time, that's not what you've been doing all game long.
Yeah.
So, on the other side of it has already found Alexi. Config. He might be taking care, but his leader isn't. His leader's dead. Config trying to phase out the smoke. There's no one still left to actually contend with. Hobbit, all too far away. Config will be creeping through, left on a solo lurk. And there's a lot of plays that he can make from this position, but NaVi, he's going to get caught out. No, Config can't find the frag, even if he was completely prepared for the retreating NaVi. The timing was perfect, just the crosshair was not.
What a choice to go for aggression as well from Cloud9. Already throwing a massive spanner in the works of what was the last buy in the tank for NIP. Great flash, res 1 kill, but that won't quite cut it. Margins are already too far gone, and Berlin turned the other way. Hobbit, Molly on the bomb, so Head Trick left alone. Divided between him and the bomb, and the divider is where he'll sit. Good news for him is that they are still currently split, but this is a round that is already gone to the wind. Weather forecast turning up Cloud9, and NaVi might even put an end to a save attempt from Head Trick. This AWP no longer a part of the equation.
Most of the C9 lineup, and Hobbit right now will be getting aggressive behind Axel. Goes for another one. Head Trick! That AWP might be worth it after all. They're going to be eating his bullets right as we eat our words. NaVi left is now the solitary player who's got access to the A site even now, and he does not feel comfortable and looking to push forward. Hedrick serving his point man. Wants to keep on peeking. NaVi gonna be caught out pretty soon as well. Hedrick's got the third.
God, just a savior in this round, and it will most likely be a saving call from Cloud9. Picked apart by an AWP after finding the opening kill. For Hedrick to be so ready, so conscious of what the setup was going to be there from Cloud9, that is phenomenal stuff to see. And a key point to see some activation. This is a free plant and a free round.
Hey man, listen, Hedrick, I'll take it all back. That was killer. Stay on the op. You're all good. Roland doesn't need the AK if you're going to get 3 kills with the op as an entry. It's a point where it's been nerfed. Rez, caught out, brought down, freebie, Hobbit, traded. Axel, though, undetected. He comes in, creeping through quiet as a whisper. Alex, CB is about to be taken down. The gun barrel spotted. And that might be spelling out death for NIP. NaVi playing close to the smoke. Looking to phase it. Brolin is just so hyper aware. It's a double phase. Hedrick on the other side as well to act as insurance, but insurance that is unnecessary. Buster left as a solitary defender, needs to find the frag. Brolin on the other side, it will be faltering and falling. Molotov missed out, and it's Shearer to cover off as well. Configs, all they've got left